All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bismarck's Paradox Sunday Monday game. This is the third week of games, and this is our recap. And I guess, as you can probably immediately see, unlike our other ones, we finally have some excitement to show you. So we do have an ongoing player war. There's been some interesting drama and developments happened. And I think first just take a quick overview of this war. It is currently Spain and Scotland tried to jump on France, and Golden Horde is protecting France. So that is two versus two. You have all of the might of the Spanish Empire with against a mega France and Golden Horde that owns basically all of Asia, but is significantly smaller than they actually look. With quite a lot of Ottomans taking attrition on the border, which might be worrying. So, Spain currently making money, not completely out of manpower, but a lot of money in the bank still. Oh, and you have a Craven King. Ouch. It's gonna hurt. Okay, you have the morale advisor with, which helps. Why are you focusing diplomatic tech? Okay, you are behind diplo tech. But oh right, we have this ongoing battle which we have lost and will continue to lose. Let's take a quick look at the war screen. So the goal is to take Calais, which I guess in Scotland deck the war, that's really the only war goal he could take, although probably could have made more sense to deck for one of these provinces that are on the border that are easier to hold, as the Scottish army is in Spain and fighting in in southern France. So troop count does appear to favor the Spanish side. There's So, yeah, a lot of this is colonial troops. So, how many? That's 12. Okay, so this is really only Spain and Scotland together because I don't think there's any colonies fighting in Spain and no one's actually playing them. So that's 24,000 on the side of Spain versus about the same infantry, but then there's a lot more cavalry because it is a horde and horses are gonna clop. So, only down to one colonist, so I think we've dropped our colonial ideas. So, look quickly at Spain's ideas. We do have quantity, quality, eco, offensive. So, yeah, we've gone for the default setup, and our policies are on and good. We do have expansion and cemetery. That makes sense for that extra morale. Let's look at our troop quality. We have 6 morale, which is quite good, and 120 discipline, which is very good. You have papal authority to get the manpower thing. You do. So probably may as well pop that just to help you get that manpower. And how much professional? Ooh, that is rough. And oh man, we are like super committed. We're super over force limit. Do we have any mercs hired? Yeah, so if we're going to continue this war, we're already out of manpower. I think it's time to start recruiting some mercs. I mean, you still got money. You're making tons of cash, so we can slacken. And if we're out of manpower, you might also want to focus a mill, because if you ever need more, you can buy 5 generals. You don't have the mill points for it, but that's why you focus mill to get more points. You can buy 5 generals, get 5%, and slacken again. Although that kind of sucks to have to do it. Hmm. So yeah, wait, what happens? We retreat from this battle. Ooh, yeah, that. Oh, geez, we lost a lot of cannons. They did too, so that's something. But yeah, we lost 20,000 troops to. Okay, a little bit less. And we still need 300,000 to replenish. Okay. But money wise, we're great. We're still positive. We have. Like, there's 100. Oh, we're getting pirated. Where are those? Oh, the knights. Yeesh. Okay. Well, that's perhaps you could pay those pirates to piss off those dastardly knights. As yeah, I mean, if they're not here, then this goes up to like 200 ducats, and you could probably pay for another 200 mercs easily, and start going to a little bit of debt. Uh, oh yeah, you can also get the power projection up a little bit. That affects your morale. Uh, yeah, like you can embargo Sweden. That's a little bit more morale. You can. Oh yeah, Ottomans. Embargo, Ottomans. Can send an insult. So we got more points and also a little bit more morale, 4.3 from that. So I mean, every little bit helps in the wars, of course, unless this war is going to have a negotiated peace. But yeah, take a look at the New World, like a merchant setup. Things. Oh yeah, and also I guess you're making actually more money from this since a lot of it is gold from your colonies, which is great. Okay. Actually, are they sending colonial troops over? No, they're mostly over here, sitting, doing nothing. Oh, there's a Moroccan Brazil. Okay. Well, I don't. Getting a lot of money out of here. Probably not nearly as much as you could have. I know you built a lot of manufactories here, so that's good on you. But colonies are meh without someone piloting them, so. Bad news is you've lost your push into France. Good news is he now has to take a mountain fort before doing anything else. So, there is no upward. Is there a river between? No, there is not. So, I guess if French player is watching this, just make sure you have your. I guess when you're taking this fort, France, you need to keep one cannon stack here and one cannon stack sieging, and you do not want to reinforce from Vizcaya as there's a river between these two, but no river here. If you put reinforcements here and go in here, you'll get a -3 on this battle because of the river. So, alternately, what Spain can do is you can also put your own cannon stack here and let France siege this, and then you can one attack into Navarra and then one attack into the reinforcements here. So that's probably a safer bet for France if they're going to start pushing to go into only the level 1 fort. And there's no river crossing at all. So that's just a -2, but then you do have this great fort here, Pyrenees, which gives you, it's not so bad. It's still a mountain with some rivers. So Spain is eminently defensible. It's just whether or not you're going to be able to pull it off. You have no manpower, but you have quite a lot of money. Like you can take a huge amount of loans. So that is decent. Maybe you can also get some help from a friend like the Mamluks. But I'm not sure why they would. So let's take a look at the other main participant in the war. We have the French. How are we doing? French also making tons and tons of money. Also quite low on manpower, but whereas Spain, you're at 0. We're at 200,000, I guess, in the positive. Oh, making more money than the French or than the Spanish, really. Because yeah, I guess we're not being pirated, so it's perhaps a little bit rude or mean of the knights picking a side like that, especially the poorer person. Uh, how about our prof? Oh yeah, and France has. Oh, geez. Okay, yeah, this war looks really bad for Spain. They have. So Spain was less morale, less discipline, less force limit, less money, less professionalism. Because France, you can. You have. France does have less manpower pool total, but you just do this and bam, you still have professionalism for days and days. Uh, Ideas wise is same setup. Although yeah, France does have that absolutism cap, which is quite nice. Yeah, I don't know if Spain has that much because that's another 5% discipline. Nope, Spain does not. So that's an advantage for the French, and also that means if they happen to win this, they can take. Oh yeah, it's not unable to check, but oh yeah, no. If we can just see, take a look at how much land they can take because of absolutism. Yeah, that's a hefty chunk. So that's fairly scary. Tech, yeah, we're up. Yeah, states are all the way down. Oh, probably need to start selling that crown land to nobility. That's why your manpower is so low. Okay, it's pretty well built up. Huge amount of money in the bank. Some things they can still build. You have. Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe you don't need to do it because you're at war. Although I think you're quite in the position to win the war, but definitely you could just. I think you have enough money to build every single university in your. Like, I guess you should probably focus on building universities in farmlands and then grasslands first, and then good trade goods after that. Just stack modifiers more and more. It's more valuable that way. But you do appear to be well on your way to winning this war with the support of your Golden Horde allies. You can also probably, yeah, you should also do a similar thing to Spain, get your power projection up for points and more morale. You did also, I guess, now we're going into a little bit of history and explaining why Ottomans has this. Spain, I guess, tried to fight a war against Scotland, and Sweden player forced a war on France and took a bunch of land and enforced military access. So the Ottomans were then able to march into Spain using that mill access, and they claimed 2 provinces, but were not able to complete their promise to burn Madrid to the ground, as it is still a glorious capital city with 72 development. Seems France is quite well developed. Yeah, basically all their provinces above 10, so that's well done for them. All their built, yeah, they're. Do they have their forest limit buildings though? Missing a good bit, so actually maybe probably better build up all the force limit buildings with your bank so you can get more force limit. And with the amount of manpower you have, you can probably buy another 120. Yeah, no, as long as you're careful breaking this fort line, I think you're well on your way to ending the war. Like Golden Horde is a good ally to have. They've brought quite a lot of troops over already, and so yeah, Scotland doesn't really have much of an army, I think. But no, everything. Oh yeah, and you're taking a lot of money out of English Channel too. That's good on you. So now let's take a look at Scotland. So I guess in terms of history, whoa, why do we have 6 diplomats? Okay, right. Okay, so there's probably going to be a lot of weird things with this country. So for those that are unaware, just a quick recap. There was an England player on here, and England had previously been a, what's it called, a independent country, and then it was a Sweden personal union under an AI for one session, and then the player came back and they tried to fight a war with the Japan player for control of the Spice Isles, and you can see how well that went, which is not well at all. It kind of destroyed both the Japanese nation and the English nation, so we had a new player on it come. He loaded into the game, looked at his country with massive amounts of loans, debt, and everything, and he promptly said, screw this, I don't want to play this country. So he released an Irish vassal and played as the Irish vassal, and then reunited the islands, formed Ireland, formed Scotland, which, funnily enough, before Great Britain was Great Britain, they were Scotland. So this is the second time we've had a British country transform into Scotland, and then they will probably turn into Britain after they can. So because it was an AI released nation, they have some pretty... oh my... yeah, maybe we can give them some save fixes, because they have... I mean, Aristo ideas, just no. Espionage ideas, also just no. But, oh yeah, we do have Scottish ideas, which I think is a mistake. Pretty sure Irish ideas are far superior, especially for land battling. Manpower, we have, well, we're 50,000 manpower in debt in the whole. Our estates are not really optimized. I guess if you're going for absolutism, but we have a decent absolutism cap, but I think you still need to get your admin and dip point at the least, even if you want absolutism. A lot of money. We're banking up. Like, we've got 20,000 in the bank. What? So yeah, we... why? Okay, this is definitely not optimal, which I guess you can't fix in. Or you need to send your home trade port to London, because you're collecting here, which gives you a efficiency battle, and being that there is a France and Scotland, France and Sweden that share quite a lot of power, you need all you can get. So I think just put your merchant or your home port there, transfer, collect here. It's definitely the better outcome. What can you... I mean, you have no manpower left. What's your army? Yeah, you're over force limit, which is fine. What are you building here? Is it just... okay, so you are recruiting some mercs. Yeah, I mean, with the amount of no manpower you have, you need to take your armies here. You just need to... you just consolidate them, because you have no manpower. They're not going to reinforce, and just start going full mercs. You can do quite a bit. You can also probably do some buildings that... so yeah, we have all of those. Not a lot of training fields, because we don't have eco, so we're not devved up. Yeah, no universities at all. Yeah, probably the thing to help the most in the war is just finish building those force limit buildings, and then depending on how hard you want to go, you can probably get up to 300 or 250 force limit of mercs and spend your bank. Yeah, what's the autonomy? Okay, no autonomy. Huh. Yeah, well, yeah, no, it's just extremely weak Great Britain, or British Isles, whatever you want to call it. Will form Britain after the last British island countries die, or islands. But yeah, no, not a great country. If you were able to win this war and take some of this land, that would have been obviously fantastic. But the Golden Horde is not allowing it. So perhaps, what's it called? I don't know. Yeah, I think outside help would be needed to turn this war in the favor of Spain and France, because France is, or currently has, an overwhelming advantage. Actually, I just wanted to check France. How many cannon stacks do we have? Something I didn't look at. Cannons, we have 44 cannons, which is kind of an odd number with a 34 combat width, so yeah, probably need to reorganize our cannon stacks just for battle. I think, yeah, France, you can probably have two. Yeah, you probably really only need two, although maybe three once you break the fort line will be good to have. So that means you want uh, at least two stacks with 34 cannons in them to fill the back row with enough infantry to cover the front. And yeah, Spain, you definitely need to have two of those if you don't already have them. So let's move on to someone that could get involved in this war, or could profit quite a bit from it. If they jump in, they are already assisting the French with 20,000 condottieri. We have Prussia, who is small yet compact in northern Germany. Army force limit of about 200, which is pretty decent, although we're not built up to that yet. We have fantastic professionalism, almost at 100. So, yeah, our manpower is unfortunately a little bit on the low side. Yeah, we do have the good old normal estate setup, although, yeah, I noticed trade is a little bit unoptimal here as well. I think we could probably benefit. I mean, we have all this land in the Rhineland, and we are collecting none of it here. So I think sending our trade capital here and putting our trade here, even with our low overall trade power, I mean, it will go up once you make it your trade center. It's still going to be better, since currently all this money that you have in dev and buildings is going to other people. But I mean, cash-wise, yeah, I don't know, the poorest that we've seen so far. I suspect probably the poorest that we are going to see, unfortunately. But yeah, other thing that you can see, this guy here that's in this war, who is currently winning this war with the help of your condottieri, does have a lot of German land, with some of it with trade centers like Strasbourg. So I think perhaps reclaiming it for German people might be motivation to join in on the Spanish side and acquire the Rhineland. I think that could be a good play, especially since you have, while your army is small, it is definitely good Prussian Prussian quality. 130 discipline. You got 6 morale, which we can get higher with more prestige, more power projection, and a morale advisor. Can probably get more manpower as well just by fixing our state, although that's only It's still 10% more. 10% more is another 20,000 almost. So there are things to be doing. We also, I guess, are trolling Scotland, as we have the great noble country of Great Britain as a vassal. So Great Britain, previously a personal union under Sweden, is now a vassal under another Baltic-based country. I'm curious what the plan is, whether it's to just block the Scottish player from ever forming Great Britain again, or if they wish to integrate them and get some freshen holiday homes and some tropical islands. But yeah, think I think potentially opening a second front here against the French would be in their interest. They could ask for funding from perhaps their Swedish friends or the Ottomans to the south, so that they can, they could get 2 cannon stacks, can go to 250 force limit, and that would tip the war balance against the French. So let's take a look to the north. Sweden, who is, I guess, have not looked at the great power list, but now that we have, they are the second great power, just behind the Ottomans. They're probably militarily on par with them as well. Manpower pool is absolutely massive at close to 2 million. I've got my army professionalism basically maxed out, which can give me 500,000 manpower per thing, so that's probably scary. Also because Sweden's OP, you just get 20% free absolutism cap. Haven't triggered court and country to get this high, so that's a lot of discipline. So my morale is quite high, a little bit behind the French and Prussians, but being that I'm Orthodox and I can get an additional 5%, that puts me even. Morale is where Sweden lacks a little bit. I need to get prestige up, can get a morale advisor, and that would also go a long way. Also, it goes up even more. Jesus. I got some missions to get prestige, so that would help if it ever happens. As for army size, the army force limit is bigger than France and Spain's force limit put together. So if Sweden were to join in on either side, I think this would it would greatly alter the balance of power in whatever war Sweden decides to join. As for buildings, it's pretty well done, although there is some yellow buildings that are provinces that need to be devved up to complete it. Also have universities in all provinces, because we look at economy, and the Swedish economy is booming like crazy. We have basically 200 ducats in Lubeck, which is, with no weak English player to steal that money into the English trade channel, that's not really surprising. What else? I was going to look at ideas. Is basically the standard setup, so this is going to be religious next to get that morale policy. And then it's very much what does Sweden want to do? Yes, Sweden currently guaranteeing Prussia and allied with Scotland because interesting reasons. There is a small shared border with the Ottomans. Unsure if something will happen. There's Poland, who has that always attractive land in central Poland. That's lots of farmlands and cloth. There's also the massive amount of development within the Golden Horde. So I guess can be interesting to see what Sweden wishes to do. Sweden has since there is such a large amount of AI still in this game with a low player count, there's many Swedish holiday homes that have been purchased from the AI, which actually is not the worst thing to do late game since you can always buy these force limit buildings in them for either Navy or your Army. So that is, yeah, no, more or less Sweden, I guess. Let's take a quick look at how Poland stands. So Poland missed the last session, unfortunately. This was the original Austrian player and has now suffered an entire session of being under AI control. So like, oh, okay. Not sure if these ideas were taken by the AI or not, but this is not the worst setup, although we probably don't need those on during peace. And we probably want to get, probably offensive as our next idea group. Oh yeah, missed out on a lot of points because of AI stuff. Force limit is respectable-ish. It's around the level of the Spanish. We're not paying for our army. Income, I guess, low as one would expect for a Central European nation without Venice. So yeah, that's why we were going. We're gonna check the morale. Oh, we also have a Craven King. That's unfortunate. But oof. Well, not super good, unfortunately, our discipline or our morale. Although it can always be improved. And what's our... Oh, that's bad. Wait, what? Average local autonomy. It says we have high average autonomy? No, we don't. I'm confused. Or is that just bugged? No, everything is low. Was that Prussia? No. All low. Oh no, it's 0.0545. Okay, I was reading 45% instead. Oh. So what can we do? Because we are Protestant. Okay, so we can get some better military quality. Because I don't think, yeah, we don't have this on yet. And our manpower is quite low, is lower than anyone aside from Prussia, unfortunately. Okay, but we have a lot of buildings to do because the AI does not like to build them, and also the country is poor. A lot of soldiers' households as well, so I guess if we want, I think if we're generous, we can probably say fix Poland and fix their money. Oh, Jesus. What is this AI trade setup? Oh. Yeah, okay, so I don't think this was ever fixed exactly. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this, we have the thing bugged, but whatever. So we can definitely fix the money here easily because I think the player formed Poland just near the end and didn't notice. But yeah, our trade is kind of fucked up because you need to make Vienna your trade port. We need to take the transfer trade from Ulm and annex them ASAP because that's 53. Okay, yeah, so we'll have like 80% of the trade in Vienna, which is good. So that's How much do we get? Because we're going to get all of Krakow. Local is 20 plus 36. So we get close to... Oh yeah, and you can steal some of this. That's juicy. That's juicy. And you can steal some of this as well. Okay, so we can probably get Vienna up to 70 to 80 ducats if you want to risk the ire of the Ottomans, but I think being that we're AI and we're trying to fix the country, we probably should. Or they should allow it if they're being generous. So that will... yeah, if we get 60 ducats at least in here, plus trade efficiency, which is not so high, that's an extra 70-ish ducats, so get us to close to 300 income. That goes a long way to helping us out. You know, I mean, not in the worst position. Probably wants to, I mean, highest priority land for Poland, probably the Venetian trade ports, and or reclaiming Hungarian land in Pest. So let's go ahead and look at our Caped Crusaders. I mean, if they don't have a cape, they obviously should. So, obviously, stupidly rich, with 500 ducats in Venice, generously supplied both by the Ottomans and by the Golden Horde. So, that's almost 300 ducats that are not originating in the Kniggets land. So I assume they are paying... Wow. Knights are ripping the fuck off of Ottomans and Golden Horde. Because... So that's 100 ducats coming from Golden Horde. Yeah. No, it is. Okay, so yeah, all of Crimean land is Golden Horde. So that's 104 ducats. And we have 102% trade efficiency. So we turned that into 200 ducats of income. And we are giving them back 128. So just the way that trade agreements work with bouncing between nodes and increasing, I think it should be like 150 to maybe even 160 or 80, depending on how generous the Knights is, because you're higher trade efficiency. Like, you still want to make your own profit on it, but it should also be profitable for them as well. So, yikes. And then, oh geez. Yeah, I guess the harder thing is how much of this is the Ottomans' trade. Okay. Yep. Well, I suppose it is... subtract the 104, and that's Ottomans, which is 130, I guess. So I don't know. Although a lot of Ottoman trade also goes through Alexandria, I believe, as well. So that one's a little bit harder to figure out. So maybe the Ottomans are actually being paid properly, but the Golden Horde is not. So as for other things, Knights are a weird continent-spanning empire from Venice into, what's it called? Into North Africa and then the Horn of Africa. We have a lot of big vassals, and we have trade companied. All Cormand. Okay, I didn't know that was going to be trade companies, but interesting, I suppose. Ooh, still a lot of things to state. Curious why that has not happened. Ideas wise, we are a full meme build. Oh yeah, also because we are raiding So we're stealing 30 ducats from Seville with our pirates. And just, yeah, for those unaware, we're doing 800 trade power with 40 ships. That is revolting. And there's no admiral here. You put an admiral with the trade power and privateer efficiency, this probably goes up to like 1200 or more. So the knights are truly bloody obnoxious. And they can pirate basically any node in the game. Can they get to Lubeck? That's what I'm scared of. No, they are unable to get to Lubeck, so the Swedes just breathe a sigh of relief because we previously had some pirates in our seas being annoying. Jesus, look at that force navy. Yeah, so there is that unfortunate thing. I don't know. I mean, the Knights are kind of a meme nation, not trying to be mean, but I mean, you're pirating to pirate, so not much more to say other than I really wonder what you're doing with all your money. You actually built your stuff? No. No. Somewhat. Yeah. Yeah, no, I guess we are just the trading pirates of the world. Interesting. Alright, take a look at the big boys, our Turks. I got some trade companies in Persia area, so I kind of want to figure out. Not sure why the Knights are doing this. If you're doing the trade deal and you're trying to maximize money in Venice, like Alexandria, you should send this to Constantinople for the multiplier. Because Alexandria goes straight into Venice. But if you send it Constantinople, 5% increase, 5% increase, 5% increase instead of just one. Get an extra two transfers, which I would say why not. As for Ottoman statistics, huge amount of manpower, huge amount of income. Absolutism is non-existent. Army quality is a little bit behind a lot of the others. We're quite a lot lower on our morale, quite a little bit lower on discipline. 10% behind the Prussians and Swedes. Yeah, if we wanted to catch up, we'd have to start dropping some of these state privileges. But yeah, the force limit of almost 1,000, so more than Sweden. So I assume we have we have no universities anywhere. Interesting. Jeez. A lot of manufactories as well. Yeah, I think this was AFK for the last little bit of last session, so that's why there is a bank that's not really being utilized too much. But yeah, Otto's terrifying. Have big Constantinople is not as big as Madrid. So yeah, shoot, I've always forgot what's the tag for golden or so now we have our horse bros. They are busy in France. That's 80,000 troops. And yeah, okay, so we've got like 200,000 troops almost in France fighting their war. That is nice of us. Still a horde with a huge amount of things. What is it? Reform progress saved up. So I guess we are waiting to possibly finally go into a non-horde government to finally get a state. We have a little bit of core land in the steppes, while everything else, are they trade companies? They are trade companies. Although not everything's trade companies. I clicked on, yeah, okay, some things aren't trade companies yet. But yeah, even with all that, we're still massively over our gov cap. Like, so yeah, we're a fourth grade power. We have 2,000. Well, I guess if we go an actual decent government form, we would get a good bit more governing capacity. Just whether or not. I don't know. Yeah, we're actually making money as a horde. That's interesting. And you'd be making more money if you're actually getting paid fairly for your trade goods, because you're pulling trade from all the way here yet, and you're being a smarty, sending it to Xi'an to Beijing, and then Beijing here. Although, probably can send more to the Knights if they actually paid you for it, because you're sending some to Kazan, which doesn't go to the Knights, through Siberia. And Jiren, you probably want. You do not have all of Nippon, so send that to Beijing. Send this to Xi'an since it goes 1, 2 instead of just 1. Cantons going here. Yep. Yeah, good stuff. Lots of merchants doing merchanty things. So I would be curious if everything gets stated and autonomy lowered, how this country would look. Because as it is, our manpower are not too bad. Probably middling. Yeah, just a little bit behind France and Spain from what we've seen. Force limit is quite high, although, we can actually pay for all those troops. It's more that we just don't have the manpower yet to support it. Do we have professionalism? We do have professionalism. So that helps. So still making a lot of money. So obviously manpower is where we're lacking. What can we build? We can build lots of manpower buildings. So many manpower buildings. Manpower factories. Yeah, lots of men factories. These factories make men to die for the army. So, I mean, probably easily with 1.5 million manpower within reach, should you have the money for it. Look at army quality itself is a ways behind Europeans. Only 10% discipline. Oh yeah, 5% because of horde unity. Morale is low-ish. Do we have a gold? We still have a golden era we could use. Just build 4 universities and pop that thing, bro. Or just, support a culture and that too. So, this country has quite a lot of potential. Should we opt to use it? I guess we also probably... Oh yeah, got some interesting policies because of our horde-based ideas. Less attrition. Shock is good. More merchants. Do have the dev cost. Okay. Yeah, so we don't have any of the weapons quality as well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because we don't have economic ideas. So that's why. That's the 5% discipline policies. That. So yeah, we probably don't need this anymore. So maybe we could drop this for eco and then get. Oh yeah, we have defensive, so we can't get offensive for more discipline. So that's Yeah, I guess we're just undisciplined tribal rabble here, of course. I think that's all that's interesting in this problem. Oh wait, what is this? Let's turn on the world development map mode because I will get yelled at if I do not. Oh, no one has devved anything. Oh wait, it's because someone is paying 600 points per dev click. So, I mean, I don't know what to say about this other than it exists. It's weird. And it massively distorts the development map mode of the entire world. Because, what is it? We look at France, who has done a pretty good job deving his country, like a lot of provinces at 20. And see, things look quite green when we click on him. A lot of good, cool stuff going on, but we click off him. Oh my god, what is this red land with all... Oh, that's only 22? Jeez. We look at Spain. Spain actually did the same thing with their 70 dev capital. Gross. Ottomans tried to catch up and then gave up. They gave up at 57 dev in Constantinople. Sweden was trying to did similar things, but I mainly just dumped my admin points into it after a certain point and then stopped. So I guess yeah, we can. Sweden also not as concentrated devved as France, but still quite. I mean, basically everything is 10 or 20 in these areas. So that's cool. But yeah, I guess that is, other than owning a huge amount of Asia and having a lot of potential, that is the main thing to say about Golden Horde. They click these buttons a lot. Well, actually not a lot. They do it very infrequently for a high cost. And oh no, oh yeah, okay, and he's massively behind in tech because of it. Just not mill tech. All right, let's look at our two African players. We don't have any Asian players to go over. Bengal was a player for one session, I believe, or was it two? And he's missed the last session, so he's kind of stagnated. We're not going to look at him. Mamluks has, yeah, I guess most of North and West Africa is starting to go into East Africa. Not the fastest. Tech, they are a little bit behind. Unsure, are they not able to get the institution, or they have no money? Oh, okay, they are going to be able to get it soon. They just need cash. Idea-wise, oh, we're plutocrat. We are a Mamluk republic. Or no. We got this before we formed Mamluks, I suppose. Right? I mean, it has to be. Oh, okay. And we're way behind in mill ideas. Oh, that's interesting. Personally, I love Pluto ideas. They're great, although a lot of places they can be buffed. But I mean, morale of armies is fantastic. Better mercs is good for early game, but then you get a lot of economic bonuses as well because manpower recovery very good, morale very good, and then you get more goods. Another merchant, caravan power not the most relevant, but the merchant's loyalty without influence is pretty good if you ever wanted to revoke stuff. Oh, okay. Our manpower is non-existent. We haven't really fixed up our estates at all, unfortunately. Oh yeah, I suppose because we have Brazil, that we had expansion ideas and we colonized all this. That's why we're behind in ideas. Oh no, we still have expansion ideas. Okay, so we probably time to drop them, I think, if we plan on doing anything. Income is not too bad. What's our trade like? Where are we? Our home trade node is Timbuktu, which Oh yeah, we're not although that's only 8 ducats. Okay. I don't know. Oh yeah, we are collecting here. I think maybe it just might be better to give everything to Spain if we're gonna stay buddies and get him to pay you back. Although if the knights are pirating it, that's not a good idea. Army quality is fairly low as we're finishing our idea sets and we have some unoptimal ones as well, but we have quite a big force limit. We bought some provinces from Congo before, and now I guess it's what do we want to do now that we're in this position? Try and kill off Spain, take some land, maybe fight Congo Bro, or you can try and fight Mr. Pirate, who cannot pirate Timbuktu. So that is a good reason to have your trade there. Building, yeah, pretty damn good on your buildings. Universities, not started yet. That's a little unfortunate. Oh yeah, okay, that's why we have no manpower. So I guess we've been poor for a while and we haven't been able to afford any of those. Yeah, no regimental camps either, so still a long way to scale up. Oh yeah, no soldiers' households built. A few of them. Really, in these provinces? Yeah, I'm not sure if these were the best ones to build them in. These difficult ones with low dev, but a lot of this land is difficult to develop. So yeah, we do have the eco ideas, so that helps. Yeah, and this land in vanilla is not particularly rich. How much are we making from gold? Yeah, I mean, probably a little bit too late to care about gold since it's such a small amount of your income. But definitely what you should probably be doing if you want to maximize money and not fight anyone is you need to find all of your ivory provinces, put a university on them, and dev those up. Make sure you have your factories on them, because that's how you make money. These 4 cost elephant teeth. But yeah, also if you wanted to break your alliance with Spain and get involved in that war, that would be an easy way to gank. Or you can ask the Ottomans to allow you to fight the Knights for, probably this area would make the most sense. I think Alexandria threatens the Ottomans' trade too much. But there are things for you to do. Probably, if you're going to fight, you need to build up those manpower buildings. Yeah, you gotta keep selling that. Don't bother going for high absolutism. You need the money more. All right, let's switch into Congo. Let's see how well Congo has caught up. He's missed the first session, I believe, and is playing the Congo, so he has quite a ways to go. Interesting estate setup. We're at minus 25 absolutism. What is? Oh, it's because we're a republic. That's why. Okay, so I don't know why your crown land needs to be so high. I'm going to assume you're in a similar position as Morocco. Yeah, you're making not a lot of money. You are, a quarter of your money's from gold. You should probably boost that up more since, I mean, you're never going to make a lot of money from trade. So, more manpower than Morocco, actually, which is good. And you can speed it up a bit. Oh, I should have done that in the reverse order. So I guess if you're trying to go for 100 for nobility, what you should do, not do what I just did, you should revoke this estate privilege immediately and then give it back to them. That gives them 10% more, increases their total share. You could also probably give them the, oh yeah, you don't have this. Not sure why. And yeah, you give that to them as well, and then you sell after giving them this one because you give them 15% more, which gives them more share, and then when you sell, more goes to them. So anytime you get their loyalty to a point where you can revoke this one, revoke it, give it back, that increase, that's a way of, yeah, a slightly more difficult way of getting the nobility land up. You also need the money through selling. You get have your piety thing, so debase, reduce corruption, free money. Okay, so we do have all of this. Do we have? Oh yeah, we still. Oh, not sure why you're colonizing there, but how much land is left to colonize? Okay, just 2 provinces left in Africa. So probably just finish these provinces and drop it. I would assume. Oh, you're caught up on tech. That's very good for you. A bit behind in Diplotech, but I think that's a little bit less important. And oh yeah, you're really making those monarch points gain. Yeah, I don't think there's any way for you to get your power projection up without fighting the Mamluks, which, I mean, realistically, unless you want to fight the knights and ensure that the Ottomans don't, I think probably fighting Mamluks makes more sense. Although you've got quite a bit more discipline than him, but you're down on morale. Do you have Golden Era? You can get the Golden Era. You just need to promote another culture. Yeah, you should be able to do that. No, can't. I guess it's to dip tech. Yeah, catch up and dip tech, and then you promote one culture. So maybe focus that just to catch up. But yeah, you definitely want to pop that as soon as you can. I didn't actually notice your force limit is a bit behind Mamluks, so that's where you're lagging. And what ideas we have? We have expansion, makes sense. Quality, eco quantity trade, yep. So next we need to get probably offensive. Alternately, defensive is good as well for that extra morale. Yeah, I guess it's whether or not you want more force limit and some discipline versus morale. I think this one is generally better. And then probably want to drop expansion immediately as soon as you finish to get religious ideas. That gives some good policies. Oh, what is? Oh, yeah. I'm not sure why you're running this policy in peacetime, but yeah, that speeds up your colonization. And yeah, you're just finishing your trade ideas. All right, and we are, of course, collecting here. Feel this number is a little bit low. Actually, yeah. Oh, wow. Are you being raided by Mamluks, or why is this devastation so high? I don't know. A little bit odd, but okay. This is why we're still so poor. So this is your number one priority, is to build all of these manufactories on anything that is not something you can eat, like a cow. So slaves, wood, gems, spices, copper, ivory's the big one. Yeah, I think. To be honest, I think. You can't take. It's a little unfortunate that you cannot take the burger loans, because burger loans would be perfect for that. Maybe you can ask the knights to invest in you. Yeah, probably want to annex our vassals when we can, but not a big deal. Since they're small. Do we have missions? Oh yeah, you only have 9 manufactories. That's not where you want to be, unfortunately. Uh, oh, okay, we did already pop that. Yeah, so I think going forward, I think this is probably a mistake that you have to have popped this before. Usually you want to save this mission when you can pop it. You get 10% construction cost for whenever you start building manufactories. So like what you'd want to do is in a perfect game, you're about to get the tech for your whatever manufactories you mostly have. You save up 8K, whatever to build them. You pop that mission for 10% less. So then this is down to like 420, and then you just pop. Yeah, I don't know commands how to just. But my guess was if you built manufactories. Oh yeah, and a lot of this land also is yellow. Oh, okay. Oh, how many colonists are you paying for? Okay. Yeah, whatever. So, yeah, need to make sure, check all your provinces, because, yeah, you got some gems here, some ivory ones that you're not actually able to put the manufactory on. So you got to figure out what those are. Yeah, delete temples because they're useless. So then you can instead build buildings that actually make you money. Alternatively, develop them. You can't. Yeah. Yeah, because I think we need to get the dip tech. We need to finish trade ideas. Yeah, should probably be focusing dip if you can, but I don't think that's going to make or break your game at this point. The big thing is if you can get those manufactories up so you have enough money to build up these training fields, because you also have lots of food provinces around, or not a lot of. Oh, you built a lot of force limit. Okay, so that's not too bad, but you definitely need to prioritize your manufacturing, because and you have a lot of cheap provinces to dev. Probably once you put your modifiers on as well. And you do not have institution. Yeah, definitely try and get the knights or someone to sell it to you, because you don't have enough factories in your land to get them. But yeah, no, probably once you do that, I'd say probably obvious target to start fighting is Mamluks. As for trade setup, yeah, maybe I don't know if you're able to get enough trade power with the Cape, because there's like no trade centers really here other than this one, and Mamluks just get so much passively for being upstream. You're only missing out on 2 ducats. So just when you're building manufactories, just make sure you don't build any of them here, because you're not going to get that money. Just make sure they're all built in Zanzibar or elsewhere. Right, yeah, another transfer to Congo here instead. You get 5% more, 5% more, 5% more, rather than just 5% more. So that's better. Where's all your merchants? Oh, okay. You're stealing some money from him there. That's fine. Yeah. Snatching some from the knights. Yeah, no, merchants are well set up. So, yeah, I guess we probably only have 1 or 2 more games left in left to go. 2 days of play before the big patch and expansion. new DLC is released, so I expect to see some fireworks. I don't. Yeah, the France-Spain war as it is going to mean the death of Spain unless something else happens. And I guess when do our Africans start making noise once they have built up? Thanks everyone for watching, and see you all in game. Ciao.